Josh Ritenour, the replacement black man from Pittsburgh.
I'm not fucking black, dude. It's fucking confusing. I was like, replacement for what? What black thing do I have to do? Man, give a round of applause for all the comedians who saw me. Dude, it was crazy. You know how much pink pussy, ass-eating talk I just swerved back there, dude? Where the fuck am I? I've been thinking about Butler a lot. Y'all from Butler, PA, dude? Yeah. What is Butler known for? Anybody? Anybody ever? Can anybody give me a fact about Butler? Was it sheep? The sheep, dude? Jeeps. I was like, I'm pretty sure sheeps are in fucking Ireland. Yeah, dude, the Jeeps. I was like, damn, that's it. Like, I looked at the Butler website. They were like 1,800 Jeeps. I was like, man, what a boring, dude. But it's cool. It makes sense. I mean, with the other shit that just happened, I mean, you went from, ducking Jeeps to ducking bullets. I like Butler, dude. I lived here for a little while, man. But I'm also from a small town called Butler, Pennsylvania. One of my favorite things... Do you actually know where that is?
No.
Exactly, dude. That's exactly the response I deserve. You see how my eyes lit up? I was like, no shit! Really? But dude, one of my favorite things about being from a really small town is that you actually know the people who stormed the Capitol. Dude, I was at a bar in Pittsburgh on that fateful Wednesday, and a woke chick looked at the TV. She was like, who would have done such a thing? I was like, I know about 5 or 6 guys that probably did. Called my cousin the next day. I was like, hey man, where were you? He goes, I know what you were thinking. Couldn't get off of work. So every day, PTO screws up some of the Capitol. I think about those Capitol riots a lot, man. I know it's been almost 4 years, and my biggest hang-up with the whole thing is, how did they know when to leave? Do you think they looked around, they were like, man, we stormed every inch of this place. We looted. We took a shit on Pelosi's desk. One dude probably looked at another guy and was like, I'm getting kind of hungry. I want to get out of here. I want to get something to eat. The dude in the face paint was like, we're fucking storming Denny's next. They went straight there, dude. They didn't even think twice. A woke person was there too. They were like, holy shit, call CNN. They're storming Denny's right now. Dude, the face paint was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not after Mike Pence anymore. We're just after Grand Slams. I looked up where they actually went for the sake of this joke. They stormed an Olive Garden. Makes complete sense, doesn't it? That was not a midnight riot. That was middle-aged, middle-class white dudes. Done by 5, bed by 9 type of guys. Do you think they sat down, they were like, hey man, I'll take the raviolis with endless freedom. I mean breadsticks. Storming on an empty stomach, stuff. Dude. A little bit about me too. I sell candles at craft shows. Does it look like I sell candles, ladies? It doesn't, does it? I look like I'm waiting for a workers' comp check. A little bit more my frame, yeah. Do you only date dudes that are on workers' comp? Like, what's the deal, dude?
I work for a lawyer and you look like one of our clients who actually did.
Fuck yeah, dude, yeah. I look like a machine accident. You know what I mean? Just waiting for that check. But dude, I sell candles at craft shows, and the last one, everyone I go to in southwestern Pennsylvania is accompanied with a Civil War reenactment. The last one I went to was super inclusive. I saw 4 Asian dudes in Confederate outfit. I was like, that's not really what the fuck you guys were up to that time. But it's cool, they get to rewrite history because how often do you get to see General Lee and General So at the same place? a good one. That was a good one. This craft show couldn't get any weirder, man. I went shopping. I went for little perusal, as my wife likes to call it. And I walked into a booth, and a union guy followed me in. And the lady behind the counter thought that he was a real veteran. She was like, hey, I just want to thank you for your service. I was like, lady, the service is fucking pretend. I don't know if you saw that. But it makes you think, like, do people walk up to Tom Hanks and they're like, hey, man, thank you for saving Private Ryan. He was there, dude. I don't know if you saw that. Any football fans here, dude? Yeah? No? Come on. No?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. All right. I mean, I'm a huge football guy. What do you guys think of Taylor Swift, though? Yeah? Swifties? No? You a Swiftie? Yeah. I'm not a huge fan, not for the songs and shit that she does, but personally, I just didn't like that she made every woman in my life believe that they're in a specific era of their lives. My cousin just got married for 6 months. She was like, I'm in my bride era. It's like some people just call that shit getting married. You know? I had a cousin, became a Swiftie at 31. Late in the game. But she was like, I'm rounding out my slut era. I was like, I've known you for quite a long time. You're actually rounding out your abortion era. What? Maybe she'll keep one. That changes people's lives. Don't pull back on me now, guys. Dude, she's been a host so long, man. It's okay. That's not even an era. That's almost a legacy. When her friends all get together and they fly to Vegas at 30 years old, that's not even a legacy, that's a dynasty. Big franchise, you know. I also like to watch like motivational speeches. Like today I watched like the Any Given Sunday speech. That's a pretty hype one, you know, get in the mood for a nice comedy show. But my favorite speech of all time, there is no like actual transcript of what happened. There was one time that the Buffalo Bills head coach referred to the 9/11 terrorists as a good group of guys that can get the job done. To build team chemistry. Dude, if you don't win a game after that shit. Dude, they're like, let's kill everybody. The bros like that, dude. They played, they know. Yeah, that's good. Do you think that, like, if you ever saw a Middle Eastern dude in, like, a Buffalo Bills jersey, that's not the Mafia, that's the Taliban. Do you think, like, when they throw IEDs, like, instead of being like, Allahu Akbar, they're like, Josh Allen! The bros, dude. Yeah. What's up, boys? You guys want to know how I found out I was too fat? Okay, I'll tell you anyway. I was at a craft show, I was selling candles, and a guy in a wheelchair wheeled by me, and all I could think to myself was, man, that must be nice. To not have to walk anywhere. And like, dude, I'm from a small town, dude, you know, opioids hit my like community pretty hard, and I had a sober buddy come up to me. They're always the ones trying to tell you how to lose weight, too, it's awful. But he was like, dude, drug addiction is way harder than food addiction. I was like, it's kind of the same but different, you know? For example, like drug addicts, they're allowed to hide their addiction. Mine just shows through my shirt. Last Thanksgiving at the dinner table, I had 4 pieces of bread. My mom thought I was an addict. My brother did my dad's Percocet in the bathroom, and he's okay. Now we sent him off to rehab. Now we're worried about him relapsing and, you know, overdosing and all that shit. Don't have to worry about that shit for me, dude. If I have 1,000 Reese cups, I just get constipated. Can you imagine work on Monday after that shit? It's like, hey man, you had to get your stomach pumped. You're in the hospital all weekend. What'd you take? I have to be like peanut butter. It's not as fun. Also, like, I just think about all the differences. Like, they got it so good. Like, I don't have sponsors. No one's, like, worried about me. No one's calling me the next day being like, hey, dude, were you outside of Wendy's at 3 a.m. with a baby bag? Also, we have apps. Like, we get fucked up. We have apps. Your drug dealer does not have an app. You guys' drug dealer does not care how much cocaine you guys do on a weekend. I have Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, and Big Macs just all in my face all day, dude. I don't know how you guys do it, dude. But we all get sober the same way if you think about it. Like, you know, opioid addicts, they have Suboxone, we have Ozempic, maybe we'll shoot each other up. I don't know how it works. Yeah, dude, people always try to tell you how to lose weight too. It's the worst, man. Like, and it's always people that are marginally less fat than me. It's like, dude, you're like 3 wrong steps from being me, dude. Like, you should go to the gym too. They always try to do like the family thing. They like to like hang it over your head and be like, you need to do it for your mom, your dad, your brother, your wife. Personally, I just want to have a better relationship with my doctor. Just because I've never listened to a single piece of health advice that guy's ever been with me, dude. Yeah. Dude, every time he tries to say something important, I just hear the adult version of the Peanuts. He's like, hey, your blood pressure's womp over womp. And he's like, your medications are womp, womp, and womp. He's like, dude, you probably should get your womp checked. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what womp is. One time he tried to snap me out of it, though. He threw his hand on my shoulder. And, he was like, hey, Josh, you really need to lose some weight. And this is where I lucked out because my doctor's fat. So I can just, I know you are, but what am I? Of all of my health issues. Threw his hand on my shoulder. He's like, hey, Josh, you really need to lose some weight. I'm like, I think you need to lose some fucking weight, bud. He goes, at least I have a small dick. I should have never let him check me for that hernia, dude. I've been looking at you and I'm like, were you at the Capitol? I could have sworn I saw you there, dude. Did we like bump in the hallway and like all the time? I couldn't have stormed the Capitol. Just real quick, I just couldn't have done it. I'll get back to being fat in a second. If I would have, this relates. If I would have stormed the Capitol, I'd have been on CNN that night. It would have said, fat dude gets stuck in window trying to save democracy. With Wolf Blitzer trying to give me calorie tips or some shit. I did just get married though. Woo! Yes. Yeah, we're approaching a year, so I think I'm done. I think I'm at the. Did someone say it's awesome? How long y'all been married?
28 years.
How's that going, dog? Submissive. I like it, yes. Really. 28 years of getting put in your place, that's what I'm learning. God damn, brother. Okay. Some foreshadowing in the Butler community. So he's going to be at the bar soon. All right. Yeah. Boys, cool. Yeah, before we got married, though, my wife and I, we had the big talk. We talked about love languages. Ladies, what's your love language? You need a love language? What is it? Touch? Brother, you got one job tonight. This has never been easier for you. You're lucky. Mine's quality time. Yeah. It's bullshit too, because like for women, y'all do this nasty thing to us where like love language for women is just what you need in that specific time, which means it can change. When I think it's quality time, it's acts of service. If it's acts of service, fucking gifts. I can't keep up. But for guys, our love language is just sex. Words of affirmation. I'll say whatever it takes to get it. Quality time. You know how many shitty Lifetime movies I had to watch to get a hand job? It's Christmas time, dude. I'm getting tortured. Like, baby, the fucking game is on. Do you want it? Acts of service. I've cleaned that kitchen a lot. Gifts, pay to get it. That's easy. Bros, yeah. You're still out there. You're still buying it. Yep. And then physical touch, where I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting it. It's love language, dude. It's love language. We had the big talk, and now I'm learning about my marriage. It's me, like, I understand where the manly filter comes in. Sir, do you have a filter, like, where you listen to about 30% of what she says? It's your fault. I don't want you to know that. It started out at 100. We listened to everything you've ever said. And then you just kept saying some dumb shit. And we say dumb shit, too. You guys are just dumb enough to listen to us. You know what I mean? Yeah. I walk in and I'm like, the election was stolen, you know, and she's like, okay, you know. No, it's good. It wasn't stolen. To some people, that was a good thing. But dude, yeah, like she says some of the crazy stuff. It's always right before bed. Yeah? You're about to drift off to a peaceful bliss for like the first time in 23 hours, you know, just baby's fucking crying and you couldn't sleep anyway. And she goes, "Hey, are you awake?" And you're like, I wish I fucking wasn't, you know? But what? You know, sure, humor me. And I'll give you guys two of the craziest things my wife has ever said to me. The first one was, and this was before we got married, and this actually was a very important part of discussions leading up to it. She goes, "Would you ever take a bullet for me?" And I was like, absolutely fucking not. I would never take a bullet for you. Because that statement has changed in the last 20 years. That went from, you know, I'll be a gentleman and step in front of it whenever, honey, to I might have to lay down my life in front of a 2 for $25 at Applebee's these days. Also, like, what am I going to get shot with? Is it going to be a hollow point buckshot? They're in my fucking head, dude. I'm not going to bleed out on an Applebee's in front of a high school team photo and boneless wings, dude. That's sad. It's like, sir, we brought your $5 margarita. I'm like, I'm bleeding out. What kind of gun? Think it'd be AR-15. That's kind of like standard issue at this point. You know? My luck, there'd be a retroactive shooter. He'd find a musket. It'd hit me in the stomach. They'd take me straight to the hospital. They'd be like, dude, we haven't seen a wound like this since 1865. You don't even know how to put you back together. She didn't like any of that. But I doubled down even further because why not? And I was like, well, would you take a bullet for me? She goes, that wasn't the question. Turns out my relationship's just every bullet for themselves. You know? Second dumbest thing. Way dumber. Post-marriage. She goes, if I ever got pregnant with another man's child, would you stay with me? Again, I was like, absolutely fucking not. Why would I do that? That's a layup. That was so easy. She goes, like, she doubles down even further, and she goes, what if it was God's kid? I was like, honey, I don't even know what God's kid even eats. You know? Also, how would that baby shower work? Where do you find frankincense and myrrh in 2024? I got really stressed out. What? Good?
Candle shop.
Dude gave birth to Jesus. Took my problem away from me. Like, baby, it's not even possible anymore. We can't have Jesus now. My parents are divorced, and I'm not really sure if I want to have kids, so I was just like, I got really stressed out, and I was like, hey, honey, I think we're going to have to abort Jesus. No? If you know if your son's going to die at 33, you might as well kill him before he has a heartbeat, am I right? Feels good because, I mean, that's as pro-choice as it gets, ladies. You know? That's like the ultimate choice, you know? I'd keep God's kid, okay, guys? Relax. I'll get you back on this. Don't leave me, man. I'd keep God's kid, because he'd be a generation beta Jesus if he was born today. That's important, because I would get to be a disgruntled dad to a teenage Jesus now. He'd be doing like TikTok dances while walking on water. Look how fucking water, Jesus. Don't just stop doing TikTok dances on the water. He'd be doom scrolling all day. I'm like, who are you guys? Who are you talking to? He's like, I'm talking to my disciples. I'm like, they're called Instagram followers now. Turns 18, wants to move out. I'm like, where are you going to go? He's like, I'm gonna move into a content creator house with my apostles. We're going to do blessings on YouTube. I'm like, dude, what kind of blessings are you going to do? He's like, instead of turning water into wine, we're going to turn water into prime. Old people, that's Gatorade. You guys do that. Old people are always just like, what? I always like think Jesus would be like a good Twitch streamer. You know, they walk up to homeless people like, do I save him, chat? Do I save him? Hangs on a cross. He's like, dude, I'm going to do this for 48 hours for Sudan. All right, guys, let's stop talking about God now. My bad, guys. I would say the hardest part about my entire relationship with my wife is I had to introduce the idea of dating a black girl to my grandma. It started out so sweet. She was like, hey, honey, I'm so glad you're in love. Where is she from? I said the Bahamas. She goes, oh, well, she isn't that black then. My grandma, where do all black people come from? She said Atlanta. So you need to go off the internet. I don't know what the fuck you're doing on the internet. That led to a whole text chain in my family where I had to battle racism like 1v20, which I wasn't really prepared to do. And I had a cousin come out of the woodwork. He was like, hey, don't worry about your hometown. We're just 20 years behind back here. I was like, cool, when you get done watching fucking Frasier, why don't you hop on AOL and search BLM and get back to me? And that's when my dad learned how to text and said BLM means Biden likes men. That's when I realized I was never going to work with my family, dude. So being in an interracial relationship is super cool. I got to go on my first ever black family vacation. I see all you whites here. You've never done it. It was sick, dude. Like, it was really great. I just wanted to fit in the entire time. We went to Key West, and we were walking around. I saw that we were the only, group of black people there. And I had the audacity to look her uncle in the face, and I was just like, isn't it crazy that we're the only black family here? Thought I could say it. He just goes, yeah. All right, 01 family. Oh, man. I'll leave you guys with this one, though. My wife, she's thinking about having kids, and she's reading a bunch of parenting books, like, way before we should even be like reading them, dude. She sent me Instagram reels, different chapters, setting me up for a bunch of failure, basically. But it's getting pretty annoying, though. She hit me with this one the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Kobe Bryant's wife wrote a book. She said in the first chapter that she was always worried about becoming a minivan mom. In hindsight, that's way better than becoming a helicopter parent. Or are some of you still waiting for that to land? It's okay, dude. Sometimes you need to dig through the rubble to find a punchline. It's all right. That was a three-peat. Kobe. That's been my time. I've been Josh Ritenour, guys. Thank you so much.